apartheid welfare, Elon Musk is one of the most powerful people on Earth. As of July 2023, he is the richest person on the planet, with a net worth estimated at $240.7 billion. In the 2020s, Musk increasingly used his wealth and influence to help push his reactionary agenda in the United States. In October 2022, Musk purchased the social media website Twitter. The acquisition was done at a price of about $44 billion. The reason that Musk wanted to purchase the organization is that they had policies against transphobia on their platform.
What a fucking pussy.
Following Musk's takeover, the protections for transgender users were removed and hate speech increased significantly on the website. Following this, advertising revenue decreased. In fact, by September 2023, the company had its value decrease by 90% and was worth $4 billion.
I'll just subtract it from today's profit. And there's no money in here!
Musk's response to the increase in bigotry on Twitter was to threaten to sue the people who reported on it.
Stupid dog! You made me look bad!
Under Musk, a new feature to the website called Twitter Blue was introduced. There, users could pay for a subscription that, amongst other features, gave them a special symbol and greater visibility for what they say.
Twink, twink, twinkle, twinkle, lovely little star.
Twink, twink, twinkle, twinkle, stupid little star.
Not surprisingly, considering Musk's personal views, the feature largely appealed to hard-right people. As of January 2023, there were only around 290,000 Twitter Blue subscribers. The type of views that got greater visibility include, but is not necessarily limited to, stating a desire to murder people with a car, calling for the genocide of all people in Palestine, defending the Holocaust, Nazi Germany's genocide of Jewish people and other civil groups, which killed about 11 million people, and wanting to murder somebody because they oppose Israel's apartheid system of government.
They're all paunchy and weird and old.
The aforementioned case of Twitter Blue subscribers advocating for and or defending murder was done in the context of Twitter not removing posts like that from subscribers to the company. Musk himself spends a lot of his time ranting about civil groups that he hates, such as transgender people, having an issue with people transitioning genders and wanting to criminalize doctors aiding in that, black people, agreeing with the view that black people, as a group, are a hate group for disagreeing with white supremacy, and Jewish people, publicly stating that they are opponents to white people.
There are too many minorities at my water park.
Musk further stated that Twitter being a failing business venture for him was the result of a Jewish conspiracy against him.
AstroTurf. You know who's responsible for that, don't you? The Jews!
A major thing that Musk particularly has an obsession with is the quote, woke mind virus, end quote. Basically, he is stating that the concept of increased social acceptance and or legal protections for civil groups, in all likelihood, the groups that I earlier mentioned Musk has an irrational hatred for, is the equivalent to a disease. I will note that when the Nazi Party was organizing and getting both political and social influence in the Weimar Republic, the government of Germany between the German Empire and Nazi Germany, a major talking point they had was that various civil groups, amongst them Jewish and queer people, merely existing was in conflict with their concept of German society existing. This conspiratorial view was the justification for the Nazi government's discrimination and persecution of various civil groups, which culminated in the Holocaust. In other words, the aforementioned concept that Musk is obsessed by is essentially a reframed version of not just a Nazi talking point, but the justification for their campaign of genocide. On October 25th, 2023 in Lewiston, Maine, a man began shooting inside of Schmenzi's Bar and Grill restaurant and then went over to Just-in-Time Recreation Bowling Alley and did the same thing. Tragically, at least 18 people were killed in the attack. Furthermore, at least 13 other people were injured in it. Following a lengthy search for the shooter, their dead body was found by government agents after they had committed suicide in Lisbon, Maine, outside of the Maine Recycling Center, where the shooter had previously worked. The shooter never stated their motivation for the murders they did. However, they did have a Twitter account, which has been since deleted. The shooter's account included a belief that there is a large-scale movement of transgender people murdering other people and using this as a justification to discriminate against LGBTQ people.
The international communist conspiracy to sap and impurify all of our precious bodily fluids.
The restaurant that was the first place the shooter did their attack has also been described as a friendly place for queer people. Based off of that fact and the murderer's stated queerphobia, I think it is a reasonable assumption that at least a partial motivation for their attack was to kill LGBTQ people. Not surprisingly, the shooter was especially fond of Musk, and a big part of their account was praise for Musk.
Michael is your superior.
No.
Okay, you should be bowing down in front of him. Hey, right now.
Based off of Musk's public statements, his ideal world is one where civil groups he hates have less rights, and open bigotry and discrimination against them is the norm. Seemingly, Musk wants society to be much closer to how South Africa was during the time of its apartheid system, where Musk and his family personally benefited from the white minority population having greater political and legal rights than the black majority population. In fact, a significant portion of the Musk family fortune came from them operating a diamond mining company based in the country during the time of apartheid. Meanwhile, a passionate fan of Musk decided to try to implement that agenda through violence and killed 18 people in the process.